Well, welcome to today's edition to PV Talks. I'm your host, Steve Bracety from the Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce. Joining me in the studio today is the dream team of Yavapai College, the senior leadership, Dr. Lisa Rhine, Dr. Marylou Mercado, and Dr. Doug Berry. Doctor. Welcome, folks.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
So lots happening at Yavapai College. We have commencement around the corner, but I know there's a lot of news about the college right now, especially the new baccalaureate program and a USA Today article too. Dr. Rhine, care to share?
Yes, thank you, Steve, and thank you to the Chamber for hosting us today. So many exciting things going on. As you know, in 2023, Governor Ducey authorized the college to offer baccalaureate degrees, and we were one of the first community colleges in the state, and the first rural community college to offer baccalaureates. We now have a Bachelor of Science in Business, an RN to BSN program, and a newly launched BS in computer science. Doug, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Yeah, we're really excited about this new computer science degree. We did a lot of research to determine what students want as well as what do employers want. And this was certainly at the top of that list. And so our faculty spent a significant amount of time creating curriculum that highlights industry credentials. So they're not only leaving with a baccalaureate degree, but also industry certified credentials and CompTIA and some of the other cybersecurity areas as well. So it's a very exciting time for our group. Most of those programs are OER, like a lot of our bachelor's degrees. So that's low or no cost in textbooks for our students where it can be. We offer it in an 8-week format. So life happens for students and everyone else. And if you have to wait 16 weeks to re-enroll or to make it through a course, sometimes it's a little difficult. So we've designed all of our classes to be in 8 weeks. So more student-friendly and focused.
So let's talk about cost for a second since you brought it up. U of A, ASU, NAU, Yavapai College. I'm assuming the Yavapai College is the most affordable.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, I'll take that one. So the cost to attend Yavapai College annually, full-time, is $2,592. Those same courses at any of our four-year universities on average would be $12,974. So what a deal. And we have worked really hard to increase the number of courses that are textbook free using open educational resources to save our students additional monies. And we have saved students millions in textbook costs over the last few years.
Yeah. And I would just add the additional fees people don't consider when going to college. Even a parking pass at ASU costs more than one semester at a community college. So there are so many things on top of just the cost of the course that people sometimes forget about when we are truly serving our students in a way that goes well beyond just the cost of tuition and textbooks.
That is so true. Well, my daughter went to a 4-year school here in the state, and I won't mention the name, of course, but she had to buy a parking pass and she didn't have a car.
We really try to make sure students are having access to affordable educational opportunities and that they leave with the least amount of debt. We want them to get living wage jobs and be able to go into the workforce and not be burdened with debt from going to college. And so opportunities are available. We keep our prices low. We don't include any additional fees. We're increasing our number of courses that are open educational resources and textbook free. And we just want to make sure students start out debt-free as they go into the workforce.
And more importantly, it's a quality education.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Same accrediting agency that accredits our four-year institutions. We're all bound by the same quality standard.
You know, one thing that's needed in Yavapai County is medical professionals and nursing. And Dr. Mercado, you're in charge of the nursing program, correct?
I am, correct.
Care to share about that?
Yes. So this graduation, we will have 75 nurses graduating in Yavapai County from Yavapai College. It's so exciting. We have 11 RN to BSN graduates completing. It's very exciting. And then our first cohort of LPN students are graduating, 17 of them. And that comes from the U.S. Department of Labor grant. And so we're very excited about that. They're going to be going into our communities, the VA and YRMC and our long-term care facilities. And then we have 47 RN students graduating as well. And so that's a strong number for our communities.
Well done. Bravo.
Thank you.
And these students stay here locally, correct, after graduation?
The majority of them stay. 73% of them stays, what the data shows.
Good, good. And how's next year's class look?
Next year's class looks great too. Very strong, always very strong nursing programs that we have.
Great. And Dr. Rhine, recently there was an article in the USA Today about Yavapai College as being a premier place to work.
Yes, we were so excited to learn that USA named us a top place to work in the United States. Prior to that recognition, we were also identified as a top place to work in Arizona last year, and that led to the USA and the national consideration. And this year, we just learned that we are, again, a top place to work in Arizona. And that is based on a survey that our employees take. So it's solely based on the opinions of those employees, faculty, and staff that work at the college. And they rate us on a number of things, their salary, their benefits, the culture, the level of engagement, the opportunities for professional development, all the things that make a good workplace a good workplace. And they recognized us. Over 85% of our faculty and staff took the survey last year, which is a phenomenal amount for survey results. And this year it was just at 80, so still very high. And just really, really happy to hear from our employees saying this is a great place to work. And retention of our employees is so important, and they do all the great work. They do all the great work. We lead the college, but they do all the great work.
And you've been there 7 years now, correct?
Yes, I'm in my 7th
Say
year.
that with enthusiasm. 7 years, yes.
Time flies. I still feel very new in some regard, but still very happy to be here in this county serving these students.
What's next on the horizon? Like what's coming down the pipeline? Can you share anything?
Well, we do have some exciting news coming down. I don't want to steal Doug Barry's thunder, but I will say we are going to be the first community college in the nation to offer an optimized baccalaureate degree. And that means that it will only take 92 credits instead of 120 to complete your baccalaureate degree with Yavapai College. Doug, can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, and I'll just add, I think one of the reasons we score so high on that survey is because we are such an innovative place to work. People have great ideas, and the leadership team, leadership at all levels, I think support the employees in going forward with this principled innovation. And the optimized bachelor's degree is a great example of that. We learned of this application coming through the Higher Learning Commission, which is the largest accrediting agency in the U.S., and before it was even official, we had teams working on it. So our business faculty, our curriculum folks, our advising teams, our marketing teams, we really wanted to make sure we were going to hit the ground running, being that this is so new. We believe we are truly serving students with this degree. We are getting them an excellent education that was industry certified. Our folks were around the table when we brought forward the curriculum. We're doing it in less time, so they're able to get into the workforce, so they're able to reskill, whatever it might be, and certainly for less money. Again, this degree is all OER, so no textbook cost. And it's not just about the cost for textbooks. Sometimes students have the money, but it takes 2 weeks for their book to come in. Well, class already started. And so we've seen a lot of student success improvements, not just in reduction of cost with OER. This degree is also 8 weeks. It's online, and students will be ready or hopefully able to enroll here in fall of 25. So we're waiting on our final step of approval, which we hope to get in May, and then we'll be able to launch our full marketing campaign and recruit and enroll students. Yeah.
I remember when I went to college, I used to buy a textbook for $100 and sell it back to the bookstore for like $10.
Correct.
I'd be frustrated about that.
Yeah. And now that, with information changing so quickly, textbooks are out of date as soon as they hit the shelf. And the OER material is constantly looked at, and our librarians do a great job of working with faculty to keep it up to date and really provide our students with the best information.
When you say OER, what does that mean exactly?
Open educational resources.
Okay.
Yes, and so that can be any number of educational resources. We actually support the OER Arizona grant and foundation, where Megan Crossfield, our academic initiatives manager, as well as accreditation liaison officer, is the president of that organization right now. So we are bringing together the entire state of Arizona to provide more open educational resources for all of our students. So everyone is really benefiting from this tool. And it's, again, another thing that Yavapai College is leading the way with. So we're very proud of that initiative.
As you should be, as you should be. And Doug, your background, you've been there now for a couple of years?
Sometimes it feels like it, but in a very good way. A very good way.
I've been
there about 18 months. Yeah, so I came from the Maricopa Community College District. I spent 18 years down at Paradise Valley and Phoenix College in a variety of capacities, from faculty member to academic administrator. And I joined our team last December of 23. And it's been a tremendous experience. I oversee the Office of Instructional Support, Division 3, which is Visual and Performing Arts, Division 4, which is the Humanities and Liberal Arts, and then Division 5, which is Math, Science, Engineering, STEM, business type fields. And so I work very closely with Dr. Mercado. She's the other branch of our academic affairs team. And we move lockstep around all of our curriculum, accreditation, new program development issues. Yeah.
So performing arts, you're in charge of Fiddler on the Roof, I'm assuming?
Fantastic, right? Did you get a chance to see it?
I got a chance to see it.
Yeah.
I had Tevia and Golda here in the booth as well.
Great.
He was the perfect person to play Tevia.
Yeah.
No question about it.
Yeah. Our team is very impressive. They work extremely hard. Our visual and performing arts faculty work the hours that most people don't. They're there on the evenings and the weekends and, sometimes practicing through holidays, and they deliver tremendous products. And we're very proud of those.
And they don't get paid
staff.
for that. It's all volunteer, isn't it?
There's some compensation, but there are definitely volunteers involved. That's how we try to save cost as much as possible with a lot of community engagement. So we have a great community around visual and performing arts, and they come in and they donate costumes or they donate different things to the facility, and a lot of volunteer hours as well. You're
perfect.
Correct. Yeah.
And Dr. Mercado, you're in charge of the what I call the highlight of Yavapai College, the nursing program, because it fills that critical need we have in our community, and it's just a great program. Your background?
Oh, well, I'm a graduate from the Wisconsin Technical College system, the community college system, a 2-year registered nurse, and then went on for my RN to BSN, and then also a credentialed family nurse practitioner. I've been teaching in higher education since 1995 as adjunct faculty and so on.
Started when you were 16, I'm assuming?
No, that's so nice of you. Thank you. And then came to Yavapai College in 2018. And so I've been in the community college system since 1995. I'm very passionate about that, the non-traditional students that we have, helping them to be successful in their educational goals. It's a real privilege to be working at Yavapai College. It's like no other college I've ever seen or been a part of, from the college president to the team that I get the privilege to work with. It's the students on campus. They're totally amazing. And everyone that makes up the college, it's a blessing and a gift to be here.
You walk on campus, there's always that positive vibe. People are smiling, and that is a great sign for sure.
It's wonderful.
And there's a pinning ceremony coming up soon, isn't that?
There are, and that's such a awesome event for our nursing graduates. They've really been through a very rigorous program. They've had to prioritize family, and they've had to live on a very difficult budget, and many of them have experienced food and housing and travel insecurity. And this is going to launch them into a whole new world with their families and a whole new career. And so it's a very moving and meaningful ceremony for all of them and all of their families. I don't think we can get through that without some tears.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Tears
and
of
Dr.
pride.
Rhine delivers a beautiful welcome speech about nursing graduates. It's amazing.
So you touched on something, student housing, a critical need for Yavapai students. What are we doing about that?
Oh, we have so many things working to solve that issue. We did a Hope survey a couple of years ago for the first time, and we do that every other year. And it looks at the basic needs and securities of students in community colleges across the nation and at Yavapai College. So it looks at those students that have food insecurities, those that have housing insecurities, mental health issues, and helps us to get a sense of the student body that we're working with and the needs that they have. And what we learned from that is that there are a significant number of individuals at the college that have housing insecurities. They might be in a house or an apartment, but have trouble making their rent. They may not be able to keep the lights on or the water on. Really struggling to make their rent or their mortgage. And we also found that there's a significant number of students that are classified as homeless. That means they could be couch surfing, they could be living in their car, they could be staying with relatives one week and hopping around from home to home, but really don't have a secure house on a regular basis to live in and aren't sure where they're going to lay their head at night. And so we felt that we need to help students where they are and bring them along as far as they can to reach their goals. And we believe that if we're going to help students work their way out of poverty, with this degree, we need to help them while they're in poverty. And so we've sought all kinds of solutions. We've been working with our district governing board for over 2.5 years now, exploring every option for housing. And you might have heard last year that we purchased a camp, the Prescott Pines, and it has been just really the best thing. We've been up there renovating that space, and we now have a number of employees and students living there. Our NARTA, Northern Arizona Regional Training Academy, the police academy students live up there together and love that space because they were living in our residence halls, which was a little odd. So much more comfortable and appropriate for them and for our 21 plus population living up there. And a number of employees that were struggling also to make ends meet in this economy. So, it's a hard place to be. It's a hard place to attract new talent because our housing prices are so high.
Right. It seems like you're more than just an education institution. You care about the people. You care about your students. You care about your staff and your employees. So kudos to you folks, really.
Yeah, we have put in place a lot of wraparound support services.
Mm-hmm.
We have a food pantry. We just did food distribution, significant number of cars and participants that came through from the community for food. We also have a clothing closet called Ruff's Closet. So if you have professional attire and you're cleaning out your closet this spring and want to give it to us, that'd be great.
I have some old suits because I'm kind of
we
fat.
offer students professional attire to wear to their first interview. Students may not have appropriate clothing to go into the workplace, and so we do have our own little Ruff's Closet offered free to students.
That's incredible.
I was just going to add, we talked about the affordability of the college. We're definitely not cutting any corners of any part of the student experience. In addition to the mental health services we offer, we do job preparation, interview preparation. These are all available to our students. And some of our most important work is just making sure our students know we have these services fully available, including our dual enrollment students. They're high school students who are taking college courses. They have access to all of our services, the pantry, all the things that we've been sharing as well.
Mm-hmm. Share what's next on the horizon for education in general. I know we looked at the metaverse. Mm-hmm. Can you go into detail about that?
Yeah, so we're trying to pay attention to the signals that are out there and the things that we're learning about how education is changing. And we know that all these new technologies are available to us. We're not entirely sure of their impact with AI and virtual reality, but we know it's going to change the way that we do our work. So we've been paying very careful attention to what's happening in those areas. We've adopted some initial technologies to begin to understand and explore and to use in our classes to give students an opportunity to learn differently, more applied learning, more immersive learning in spaces that are virtual. And so with the opening of our Centers for Learning and Innovation on the east side at the Verde Valley campus, and now coming in Prescott, we'll have opportunity to explore some of the latest technologies and spaces where faculty and staff can use those technologies in their classrooms to enhance learning.
The way I understand it is you can either A, read from a book and learn about space, or B, put on the Oculus and be transported to space.
I love that. I love that analogy. Yeah.
Actually, I had an opportunity to participate in that. I did a full knee replacement surgery. And please understand, I can probably not do it in real life, nor would I want to try. But it was incredible to learn to be cutting into the knee and see this fake blood coming out. It was kind of intense.
Yeah, I don't think your body recognizes that you're in an immersive space, right?
No.
That your body reacts the same way.
Especially the balancing part,
the same way that you would if you were actually in that experience. And so it really does give a real time and real review of what that might be like. for students.
Great. I want to give you folks each a moment to close as to share what's on your mind for the future of Yavapai College, or just you specifically, the provost at Yavapai College.
Yeah.
And what does the provost do, by the way?
Yeah, that's a question I get every time I tell someone that I'm the provost. And it really depends on the institution. I mean, some provosts oversee both academic and student affairs. Some it's limited to just academic affairs. It's a variety of different things. And I've just been really fortunate to be at YC. The path to get here was interesting, but I've had the best 18 months working with great leadership, a great team, and in a great community. And I think that's what I see coming down the horizon is continued growth and development. Unfortunately, there are colleagues who are working for the right here and now, and they're not preparing for the future. They're not in the innovative space. They're not looking at AI and other immersive technologies. And with a college closing about every week at this point, those colleges down the road may be in danger. And I don't feel that way at all about YC. I feel like we're in a great spot to continue growing and developing and providing ongoing education for our students, whether they're coming out of high school or they're retooling a career, or they're retired and they decide to try something new. So I feel like we're in a really good space. The employee survey was telling that we continue to, we get feedback and we do something with it. So we didn't just give a survey and put it on a shelf. We did.
So you listen.
Very proud of our peer mentor program that we've put together in the academic space. We have a faculty member who jumped in and wanted to do that because we had lower scores in the past with our new hires. And this year, there's some of the highest scores because of the advancements that she's done. And we're headed next to that new faculty lunch, which we're excited about. But I just see a lot of good things coming down the pike, Steve, with Yavapai College and the community and the places that we're going and the services that we're going to be providing students.
It seems like Yavapai College should be the benchmark of how community college should operate in the future. I get that feeling.
We have very envious colleagues of the work that we're able to do at the college for our students. And I think we're all in this line of work because we want to serve others and see other people succeed. And when you're in it for the right reasons, you see the results.
Mm-hmm. I
and
agree.
Dr. Mercado, as myself has joined a population of 60 plus now, how do you see the college helping out the elderly population?
Oh, that's one of my favorite populations. Actually, it was a big focus of mine when I was in nursing. So we are looking at new programming opportunities for healthcare, health sciences, physical therapy assistant for all our tennis and pickleball players because they're injuring their ankles and their Achilles tendons and their wrists and so forth. So we're looking at that program because that has demonstrated a need through our data. Massage therapy is another big program that the community wants for therapeutic massage, aches and pains from all those wonderful sports and hiking. And dental assisting, dental hygiene is on the horizon for our communities as well. And then respiratory therapy, a very big need and a high demand as well. So lots of innovation out there in the workforce development and landscape, looking at what's next and all the signals for career and technical education, trades and manufacturing. How is AI and robotics affecting them? Looking at what's happening with TSMC and other chip manufacturing things that are going on. It's an exciting time to be at Yavapai College, and it's a wonderful opportunity to work with Dr. Berry and all my colleagues, and to be led by Dr. Rhine, who's very much an innovative thinker and a visionary. So it's a wonderful time.
I like to think of her as a transformational leader.
Absolutely.
I had the honor to work with her on the district governing board. And I will tell you, I think Yavapai College caught lightning in a bottle when they brought her on board. So,
yeah, she's one leader that empowers her people and is very a strong leader, a strong president, and really just empowers us to do our very, very best for our students and our community.
I'm blushing a little bit here.
And we would say that even if she wasn't in a room.
Correct.
Yes, absolutely.
Dr. Rhine, care to comment?
Well, I'll just say again, I get all the credit when things go well at the institution, but it's not me. You know, it's the leadership team and the employees and the faculty every day working with our students that make it happen. You know, for nearly 60 years, Is it 60 years since you brought it up now? That's debatable.
You brought it up.
Depends on who you ask.
I didn't want to go there, but
nearly 60 years, we have provided the nurses in this community, the firefighters, the police officers, the electricians, the HVAC folks, the construction folks. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And that workforce stays here in this community and really gives back. And I think that we just do it so regularly that it becomes invisible. People forget that, oh yeah, I may not have a kid in college right now, but I'm benefiting from Yavapai College and all that it does to keep this economy in this community vibrant and moving forward. And so that's what we're working to do is be relevant, make sure that we're responding to industry needs always, and making sure that we're helping students come to us and leave better off than when they came to us with living wage jobs and staying in this community. And so that's our goal, to continue to do more of that and do it even better.
You know, I think past district governing board member Ray Sigafu said it best once. We train the people that serve this community.
Correct.
And that's what it comes down to. We train the nurses, we train the tradesmen, we train the commercial drivers, we train the business people, the next generation of entrepreneurs that keep this community sustainable.
Correct.
Thank you for what you folks do.
Oh, thank you.
That's it for today, folks. I am Steve Bracety from PV Talks. And I tell you, there is great things happening at Yavapai College, led by this incredible team. Like I said earlier, the dream team of Yavapai College. Dr. Lisa Rhine, Dr. Marylou Mercado, and Dr. Doug Berry. And we know what a provost does today, so there you have it. Looking forward to see you soon. Take care and enjoy your weekend.